Aries, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Aries love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon. That way you always get notified anytime I post a new Aries tarot reading for you. Now, let's get on with this Aries love reading for today. Because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in October 2022. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Aries, 3 cards for your person, and then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started on this Aries love reading by getting one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Aries and their romantic person of interest here in October 2022, please. Let's get one card. Thank you. Let's get 3 cards for you, Aries. What's going on with Aries as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them here in October 2022? Let's get one more. Okay, thank you. Where did you go? There we go. Let's get 3 cards for your person. What's going on with Aries' romantic person of interest as it relates to Aries and the connection between them for October 2022? Let's get 2 more for what's going on with Aries' person. Thank you. For once, they're cooperating with me and giving me the number of cards I ask for instead of 2 and 3 extra. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 10 of Swords. This is Gemini energy. This is an ending to something. Usually this is a swift, painful ending. Sometimes it's an ending in betrayal. Sometimes it's an ending that you don't see coming, hence the swords in their back. They didn't see that coming. They got stabbed in the back. They got betrayed. No matter how you slice this card, it is an ending to something. Right under that, we have the 7 of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is lying, cheating, deception, sneaking around behind your back, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't have been trying to get away with. This is very rarely a good energy. Every once in a while, this can mean self-preservation, as in not wanting to be hurt anymore. Entirely possible that they had some sneaky stuff going on behind your back, and it hurt really bad when it came to light. This could be you not wanting to get hurt anymore. That's the reason why he steals the swords. He doesn't want the swords used against him, doesn't want to be hurt by those swords. It can even represent leaving something behind, because he can only carry 5 of those 7 swords, and he has to leave 2 swords behind. It's interesting, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but the 2 of Swords is your first card in your energy. Yeah, right behind that 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords, I have the Ace of Swords. Now, in a love reading, I want to see a bunch of cups for love and emotions. What I don't want to see is swords, and we're starting the reading off with 3 swords here. This is the sword of victory. It's the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. Sometimes this is a sword you use to make a decision with, like to end something. Sometimes it's the sword you use to sever a relationship. It looks like we clearly have a relationship severed here. Walls have come up. 9 of Wands is Sagittarius energy of being walled off and defensive. Now this is also the wounded warrior. He's been hurt, hence the wall he builds around himself. It's a defense mechanism. It's to prevent him from getting hurt again. He's already been hurt. He doesn't want to get hurt again, doesn't want to continue getting hurt. So he builds a wall as a way to stop from getting hurt. More swords again. 4 of Swords. This is Libra energy. This is taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. It could represent a break in the connection. Definitely something's over. Something came to a screeching halt here. This is also an energy of healing. It's about choosing to go inside yourself to do some healing or to do some thinking about something and trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. Lordy, lordy. That's the overall gist of what it looks like this reading is going to talk to me about. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you here in October 2022. And Aries, the shared energy affecting you both is the 3 of Wands. This is Aries energy. This is about being at the beginning stages of manifesting something. Like, you've already chosen the path that you believe leads you to the world that you want. You know what it is you want. You know which path to go down to get there, which path has to be left behind to get there. And you've already started taking the first steps in that direction, taking actions, trying to create the thing that you actually want to manifest. It just hasn't been birthed into the physical 3D reality yet. So this is an energy of having this positive expectancy that the thing you want is going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet, and you're still waiting on that to occur. So this is an energy of waiting here. Let's clarify this and see what we can find out. Tell me more about this Three of Wands. Why is this the mutual point of interest between Aries and their romantic person of interest here in October 2022? Okay. All right. Well, on the bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is another card of being defensive about something. This is either defending a position on something, like defending your stance on something. It can be defending against accusations here. I do have some sneaky deceptive stuff going on in the background of this ending that took place. Possibly an ending in betrayal. This could be someone being defensive about accusations on that. This can even represent being willing to fight for what it is that you desire, fight for what it is that you believe in, what you feel is right, possibly even willing to fight for the connection here. But there's an energy of waiting and possibly fighting against something while waiting. Think you might be fighting against your logic and your reason and your common sense. This is the King of Swords. This is Gemini or Aquarius energy. This is a decision-making energy. This is someone who, when they make decisions, though, they are emotionally detached. I haven't seen a cup yet in this reading, and it's a love reading. I've seen a buttload of swords. Swords represent thoughts, communications, truth. This is the pinnacle of that suit. So this is someone who is very emotionally detached when they make their decisions. It doesn't mean they don't have emotions. It means that they don't want to hear from their emotions. They're not going to take them into consideration when they decide something. They push the emotions off, and they're only interested in what they can see right in front of them. What's the truth? What's the facts of the matter? Let me be very smart and analytical and logical and rational about this, and disregard what the emotions say. I don't care how I feel. I don't care how you feel. All I care about is the truth of what can I see right in front of me. I have Three of Cups right behind that. So this is Cancer energy. It's got two different meanings here. Meaning one is this can be an energy of reconciliation. It could be that we're waiting to get back together after some ending that has some shady, sneaky stuff going on in the background. This could be being reunited and celebrating. The other meaning to this card is a third-party love scenario, because we do have Three Cups of Love in the picture here. That could be what your person is defending against accusations on. That could be the truth and the facts of the matter that you're looking at when you try to make a decision here about whether or not we can get back together. Four of Wands, Aries energy. This is an energy of stability. This would be stability of the home life, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. These four wands represent 1111, which is not just the number on my shirt, it's the number of manifesting. So in the Three of Wands that we're clarifying right now, this is being at the beginning stages of manifesting something and taking steps to get it. It just hasn't happened yet and you're still waiting on it. Well, in this Four of Wands, this is a celebration card. A celebration of either the home and the family life, or it's a celebration of the thing you're trying to manifest actually appearing and having some stability behind it. It could be that what you're trying to manifest is being reconciled and getting back together. I do have the Sun right behind this. This is Leo Major Arcana energy. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. Hard to get a better card than that when that's what it means. The other meaning to this is this represents illumination. In other words, when there's this sneaky, deceptive stuff being hidden from you and being done behind your back, this is that getting illuminated, the light getting shined on it. So now you can see it for what it is. It gets exposed and it comes to light. This either, the Six of Pentacles is Taurus energy. This is either balance, as in balancing this back out, equal give and take type of a connection, or it can also represent the merchant, which would be your person in this case, giving to two, as in having you and someone else on the side. That could be the thing that got illuminated. It could also, I mean, that would explain why the Seven of Swords is the second card down here after some swift, painful ending that you probably didn't see coming, and ending in betrayal and a severing of the connection. Could be that that got exposed. It could be that even though that got exposed, that we're trying to get back together here, or at least waiting on that to manifest itself, because the connection had been viewed as a source of happiness between the two of you, and we're trying to balance it out. Yeah, it could be either of those things, but regardless of what it is, the Devil is the next card, Capricorn Major Arcana energy. This is usually a heavy toxic energy. This is obsession or addiction, or a feeling of being trapped by something, like feeling you can't escape from something. It can represent that the connection had so much pull to it, so much gravity to it, magnetic pull, that you feel like you can't escape from it. This can represent a very strong sexual attraction between two people. It can just represent toxic energy. It can be a piece of your person's shadow, like a piece of themselves that they don't like and they don't want you to see, and that they don't even want to see themselves. So they pretend like it's not there. They repress it and they push it down and hide it in the shadows inside themselves and act like it's not there. But it is there, and it creates scenarios where it's controlling pieces of their life, possibly controlling pieces of your life. This could be a whole thing here where you're trying to fight for the connection and your head is screaming, hey, don't be a dumbass, don't do that, don't get back with this person, don't believe this front that it's going to be all peaches and cream and stable and happy here, and we're going to balance this out. Because the truth of the matter is they brought a third party in, they destabilized what was stable, and what got brought to light was that they were giving to two and sneaking around behind your back. This is some very toxic, distorted element to the connection here, or to the person that I'm talking about in this reading with you. Yeah, right behind that Devil energy is the Ten of Swords. That Ten of Swords is the overall energy of the whole reading. So again, swift, painful ending you didn't see coming, ending in betrayal, an ending that you didn't have any control over, that this had control over the whole situation and brought it to an end. But we're clarifying this Three of Wands, this energy of being at the beginning stages of manifesting something that you want, but waiting on it to get here. To clarify that, I got the Three of Wands again, Temperance, and the Lovers. So the Three of Wands, this is the card I'm clarifying, Aries energy. This is the universe just beating me over the head going, dude, I done told you there's something they're trying to create in their life and they're waiting on it to get here. It hasn't shown up yet, but they have this positive expectancy that it's going to happen. What's directly under this Three of Wands and directly beside this Three of Wands is Temperance. This is central to the shared energy. This is the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. It's a card of patience. It's about doing things little bits at a time, being willing to take a step back and look at the big picture before you come back in and make some adjustments, like some fine-tuning adjustments, trying to blend things together small bits at a time. Patience is required if you're playing this waiting game, and I've got the waiting happening out of both decks already, right at the beginning of the reading. Now, another meaning to Temperance can be trying to balance something back out. You know, like if you're making a cup of coffee and you accidentally put way too much sugar in it and now it's so sweet you can't drink it, you can balance that back out by pouring out some of the coffee and pouring some new unsweetened coffee into it, and keep doing that little bits at a time until you get it tasting okay and where you can actually drink it again. So this could represent waiting on something to come back into balance in this connection, because it was funky in spots. It was all not in proper alignment for sure, and this could be trying to realign it. This can't even be a reconciliation energy. In tarot, water and cups represent love and emotions, and here the water, the love, has been separated into two different cups, and this angel is recombining it back together, like recombining the love. I'm getting ahead of myself, but this is also the central energy for your person. The final card to clarify this Three of Wands is the Lovers. This is the Gemini Major Arcana card. This can represent a very powerful love connection. It's supposed to be divine feminine and divine masculine on the same card, like divine counterparts, a divine connection, a very powerful connection. But don't get this twisted. You will see a lot of readers on YouTube try and tell everybody that this means twin flames. This card has jackbo shit to do with twin flames. It never has had anything to do with twin flames. They use those terms divine feminine, divine masculine, divine counterparts. They throw those things around all willy-nilly most of the time because they don't even know what the hell the term divine actually means. And misrepresenting what this card is about is a key reason why there are so many people that get stuck in a negative situation, in pain, in a relationship that they've been convinced that they're supposed to be with this person. So they just put up with all the bullshit that they do. They put up with getting snuck around on and lied to and being betrayed and listening to the bullshit defending of their excuses when the truth says otherwise. And they accept the third parties just because there are readers that misrepresent what this card means, and they convince people that they're supposed to be with someone. This card is in the shared energy. This is not the universe sending down the message that you are supposed to be with this person. You are in fact divine counterparts and you're destined to be together. That's not what this is saying. This is in the shared energy, which means that one or both of you has felt the power of this connection. It's entirely possible that at some point in time, one or both of you believed that this is probably the person I'm supposed to be with. It probably felt like a special, almost magical connection at some point. This is not factual data being beamed down by the universe. This is just simply telling me that one or both of you felt this type of a connection. But I can tell you with certainty that this is not divine counterparts. We're dealing with someone here that is not a divine feminine or a divine masculine. The term divine really means in 100% perfect alignment with the way the universe or source or spirit or God, or however you view that, the way that stuff intended this energy to be upon creation of it. If there has been this sneaking around and betrayal and doing stuff behind your back that led to a severing here, if there's this need to defend against accusations, if there has been a third cup of love get brought into the picture, that in and of itself is proof that this is not a divine energy that you're dealing with. It's not a divine masculine you're dealing with. It's not a divine feminine you're dealing with. And this was not a divine connection. It was distorted. These are all things that distorted people do. We have the devil here buried way under the surface. This is a toxic energy. Even if you are 100% divine, even if you are completely in alignment with the way the universe intended your energy to be, this is still not a divine connection because the other person is not divine. The other person is distorted, and one divine person plus one distorted person still equals a distorted connection. And that's what we have here. Hence the need to balance it out. It's all funky. It's all wrong. There's defensiveness here. Now, it's not uncommon at this point in the reading. I don't know exactly what this is telling me here. Why we're waiting. Are we waiting to try to balance this out? Are we waiting to find out if it is indeed a divine connection? There's something that we're waiting on, and I'm not 100% sure what it is yet. I usually don't fully understand what this shared energy is trying to tell me until I get at least part of the way through your energy, Aries, and I'll come back to it then as I'm going through your energy. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy, because then I'll be able to see how it applies to them. But that's the shared energy. Your energy in this connection for October 2022 is the Two of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Sun. The Two of Swords is Libra energy. Twos are decisions. This represents a decision that needs made, only it hasn't been made yet. Either because you don't have enough information to make the decision yet, maybe there's something you still can't see, hence the blindfold, hence the sneaking around behind your back. Sometimes this can represent someone who has the blinders on and they're refusing to take the blinders off because they just don't want to see something, hence the decision not getting made. They're like choosing not to look at something, and that's preventing the decision. Could be we're just waiting on a decision to happen. Could even be that this isn't even really your decision to make. I won't know until I clarify it, so let's do that. Tell me more about this Two of Swords. Why is that here for Aries in October 2022? Okay. I see. On the bottom of the deck, I have the Emperor. This is the Aries Major Arcana card. This is an energy of control. It's like taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation, putting some boundaries in place, laying the law down, like dictating policy. This is also a Master Manifestor energy. This is a little bit more toned down from the Magician. The Magician's the Mac Daddy Master Manifestor, but this is the next rung down. This is someone who has all the tools, abilities, and resources to put together a plan to get what they want, and then to execute that plan to get what they want. Like I said, this could be that there's someone else that's in control of the decision, but this is your Major Arcana card. So I would assume you're in control, and you have probably laid the law down and put some boundaries in place at some point. Yeah, I have the Tower right under that Emperor card. So this is the collapse of something. This is when everything all comes crashing down. It all falls apart all around you. A lot of times in a love reading, this will be the collapse of the relationship. Sometimes this can represent the collapse of a belief system that you had. In other words, if you believed that at one point this was a divine masculine or a divine feminine you were dealing with, and that this was a powerful love connection and the person you were supposed to be with, like this was the true love meant for you, could believe that that belief collapsed now, and you're putting boundaries in place and taking control of the situation after it fell apart. Yeah, it definitely fell apart. I have Death next. This is the Scorpio Major Arcana card. This is an ending. This is about something dying so that it can either be reborn again in a better way, or something dying so that it can be replaced with something better. A lot of times this will represent that you've got a new blessing trying to come into your life, but it can't fit because something else is already occupying that space. And the thing occupying that space is already dead. It's already come crashing down. It's already come to a screeching halt. But you just haven't let it fall all the way away yet. Hence, it's still taking up space that the new blessing is supposed to fit in. Now, this can also represent a very painful transformation process that you're going through in all this waiting that's going on, waiting to see if this can be fixed or not, waiting to see if this was even real or not, waiting to see if any more of the stuff they were doing behind your back comes out, waiting to make some kind of a decision here. But this could be some painful transformation process you're going through during the waiting. When I clarify this Two of Swords, what came out is the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Chariot, and the King of Cups. So this Eight of Cups is Pisces energy. This is an energy of detachment, like emotional detachment or physically detaching and walking away. The person here is walking away from 8 full cups of love because they know they deserve better. They know there's more out there for them than just these 8 cups. And 8 cups is the best that this person is ever going to be able to give you. So they're walking away from these 8 cups, making the difficult decision to do that. The difficult decision that you probably didn't want to make. You're leaving behind what you had with them to go down a brand new path. Trying to manifest what it is that you actually want. Going for that 9th cup and that 10th cup. Your own personal happiness and wish fulfillment. And that true love, that happy fairy tale love connection that we all dream of, that you believe in, that you're trying to find, and knowing that this ain't it with them. So you're detaching and walking away, or at least that's the decision that you're trying to make or haven't made yet. I know it's about walking away because next we have the Six of Swords. This is Aquarius energy of moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving the rough, choppy waters of your past behind, moving away from that and moving forward toward what it is that you actually want. At its core, this card is about moving away from the Five of Swords, that mentally and psychologically painful situation or event, the betrayal, the fighting, the arguing, the bitter words all the time. This is about leaving that in the past and moving away from the pain and moving forward into the future toward what you really want. There is an implied choice that comes with this card, and that choice is this. Like the painful thing, that's already happened. That's in the past. You can't change that. There's nothing you can do about it. It's already happened. The choice you have is when you move forward into the future, are you going to carry with you into the future the burdens that that painful thing caused for you? Or as you move into the future, are you going to carry with you the lessons that painful thing taught you? That way you don't ever have a repeat of that kind of mental and psychological pain again. So this is about leaving something in your past and moving away from it toward what you want. And it looks like two energies out here of you already deciding what it is that you want and already taking the first steps in that direction. Already taking the first steps in that direction toward your 9th and 10th cup. Toward like an actual, real love connection with someone who is a divine counterpart to you. I got two divine energies here with the angel on the card on both cards. That's what you're trying to move forward toward. But having probably some indecisiveness about actually pulling the trigger and doing it. I've got the Chariot next, which is the Cancer Major Arcana card. This is the fastest energy in the whole tarot deck. It's about using your will to get past all the problems and challenges and obstacles that are in your way, moving through all that stuff very quickly into success and victory, just through sheer will alone. Now, notice on the card, there are no reins connecting the driver to the beast that pulled the chariot. So this is one of those cases where the driver has to be in alignment. If he's not in alignment, this thing is every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man. It's either the fastest energy in the deck, or it's every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man, or worse yet, the shadow side will pull one direction. The light side will pull the other direction, and this thing will tear itself in half as it tries to move forward. That seems to be what has happened in this connection. We definitely saw the shadow side with that Devil card. We definitely see all the different pieces that prove to us that this is not actually a divine person you're dealing with. It's a distorted person you're dealing with. Definitely a shadow side. Very potentially, we've got forward movement here where the two of you are going separate ways. Final card to clarify the Two of Swords is the King of Cups. This is either Pisces or Scorpio energy. This is someone that you still have emotions for. They probably still have emotions for you. I don't think those emotions are necessarily being outwardly expressed, though. This is someone who does not wear their heart on their sleeve. They don't publicly broadcast how they feel about things. This is also a decision-making energy. Now, we saw the King of Swords earlier. That's that logical, rational, analytical, like common sense, conscious mind thinking type of a decision maker who puts the emotions aside and decides based on truth and facts only. This is the kind of decision maker that could be faced with all the truth and facts you want to give him, but he's very likely to throw that and logic and common sense out the window and decide based entirely on what his feelings and emotions are. So I've got a card of you being emotionally detached, but I've also got a card of you still having some emotions and some feelings for this person, possibly a piece of you still waiting on seeing if this can be reconciled, if this can be blended back together, if we can get what I thought was a powerful love connection back, but at the same time are in this energy of setting boundaries because the tower has collapsed. Everything has changed for you in terms of what you believed was true, and something has died, and it's caused a painful transition here. I think you are still having a slight bit of a hard time deciding what to actually do here. Should these boundaries stay permanently in place, or can we fix this? Now, central to your energy in this connection, Aries, I have the Hierophant. This is the Taurus Major Arcana card. It is a card of commitment. It's about being in a committed connection, a committed relationship, taking that relationship to the next level. This is a marriage card. Tell me about the Hierophant. Why is that here for Aries, please? Why is the Hierophant here for Aries? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy as well. So I'm clarifying the Taurus major arcana. Get a Taurus energy on the bottom. Let's see, I've got Aries out here. I've got Gemini out here a couple of times. I've said Aquarius a couple of times. I've got Sagittarius, Libra, Pisces. Pisces or Scorpio. We saw the Death card. That's Scorpio. I've got Cancer, Aquarius, a little bit of Virgo out here, some Leo, some more Aries, and a couple more Sagittarius cards. You could be dealing with any of those signs. You can literally be dealing with any sign. This is a general collective reading, so it's going to be almost impossible for me to pin down who you're specifically dealing with, because I'm not tapping into your energy as an individual person. I'm tapping into the collective energy of a really large group of Aries people that I'm responsible for getting messages for. So I'm just going to keep calling out all the signs as they stick out to me, just in case that has any meaning for you. But we've got two Taurus cards here. This is a card of balance. It's generosity. It's reciprocity. It's equal give and take. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. You take care of me, I take care of you. This can indicate trying to balance out this connection here, this commitment here, after there's been an ending. There's definitely some waiting on something, whether that's you waiting to make a decision, waiting to detach and leave and move forward, or waiting to even decide to do that until we find out for sure if this can be healed and blended back together. This could even represent the merchant or your person giving to two while in the middle of a commitment with you, and then being defensive about that, defending themselves against accusations. The Seven of Wands is Leo energy of being defensive, defending a position, defending a stance, defending against accusations, or even being willing to fight for what it is you believe in. It could be that you're still in this spot where your head is telling you one thing, common sense and logic and reason and truth and facts are telling you one thing, but then again, your heart, your emotions, your feelings are telling you something different. And that could be why you can't make a decision here. It could be that you still want to fight for this connection because you still believe in its power, still believe that there is a connection here. But yeah, then again, there's that other piece of you, that conscious mind, Gemini or Aquarius energy, being emotionally detached when you make your decisions. There's definitely a conflict going on for you between what your head is telling you and what your heart is telling you. Yeah. I think heart is telling you that this is a source of happiness for you. This is the sunshine that lights up my life. But then, again, what the facts have told you, once the facts came to light and everything got illuminated, there was a third cup here. So a piece of you probably feeling like this would be happiness if we could be reunited and celebrate. And another piece of you, that logical, rational, truth-speaking piece of you is going, dude, what more do you need to see? They had a third cup here. They stabbed you in the back and betrayed you. And you didn't see that coming because of what your beliefs about them and this connection were. But they lied. They snuck around behind your back. They cheated on you. They brought that third cup of love into the equation here. And it's possible that when you confront them about it, they're like, no, it wasn't me. What are you talking about? Now, clarifying the Hierophant, I got the Fool, the Hermit, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Now, the Fool is the very first card of the Major Arcana, card 0. First card of the whole tarot deck. This is a new beginning in something. This is about taking the blind leap of faith on something. Not needing to know what all the steps are before you take the first step. Not needing to know what the outcome is going to be before you take the first step. This is just saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go for it. And it's about throwing caution to the wind and just like jumping off the cliff and worrying about how to grow wings on your way down. Figuring this out as I go. I'm going to just do it and we'll figure it out as I go. Now, it can also represent foolish behavior. It could represent not listening to that piece of your conscious mind and your conscious mind going, what are you, an idiot? Like, pay attention to what is in front of you here. Who cares what you feel about it? Who cares what your emotions are saying? Look at the facts and the truth. Don't be a fool. This can also represent taking risks outside of the connection. We definitely have some sneaky, shady stuff going on here. The potential that someone was giving to two and lying about it. This could represent that in the middle of a commitment with you, there was that taking risks outside of the connection. You could have been seeing emotionally distant behavior from them. They could be the reason why you're feeling like you need to emotionally detach. Again, I'm feeling a level of conflict here, though. But then I've got the Hermit next, which is the Virgo Major Arcana card. This is a card of withdrawal, isolation. This is telling me that there's probably no communication between the two of you right now. Communication's dried up, and if it's not completely dried up, it's a lot more sparse than it used to be. It's fewer and farther between. It's shorter conversations. It's just different here. Now, this is also a card about being forced to go inside yourself and do some soul searching on something. This taking risks outside of the connection on their end while in a commitment with you can definitely cause you to search your soul. Having to make a decision about walking away from this and leaving them behind and moving forward with your life can definitely cause you to search your soul. Waiting on whether or not this is even a real connection, or if your belief was false the entire time. Make you search your soul. The important thing about this is not a choice. Like, no one voluntarily chooses to go into hermit mode and isolate themselves and do soul searching. Something happens to force you here. What usually happens is the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the third party stuff, death, which we've seen, a tower, which we've seen. So definitely has had some bad stuff going on here that has probably forced you to search your soul about this commitment and whether or not you're even still willing to take the leap of faith on that, or whether you should just leave it in the past for the burden that it is and move forward carrying the lessons that you learned from it. Next, to clarify the Hierophant, is the Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning in love and emotions, or an opportunity for a new beginning. That new beginning can represent like a literal new beginning with a brand new person. We've already talked about the Death card, which is like something's dead and you have a new blessing trying to fit into your life, and it doesn't have room to fit because the dead thing hasn't fallen away yet, meaning your person and the connection with them. This could be that new cup of love trying to come in for you. This could also represent that you already have a new cup of love being presented to you somewhere and probably have the will to move forward with that. This could even represent doing soul searching about this commitment and whether or not we can fill this cup back up. Can we blend the two separated cups of love back together into one and start back over at the beginning at square one? Can we get past all the obstacles and the problems and the challenges that caused us to be here to begin with? Like the out of alignment bits that got us pulling in opposite directions, the distorted aspect of what you've probably been made to believe somewhere is a divine counterpart for you when it's not. It's a distorted counterpart. And it's possible too that in the midst of all this soul searching about the commitment, this Ace of Swords can represent the sword of truth, the sword of clarity, getting the clarity on what this commitment really is here. This is the sword you use to make a decision with. We've already seen this Two of Swords, an indecision, one that needs made but hasn't been made yet. Well, now we're going down to one. The word decision, the Latin word that word comes from, literally means to cut off, as in to cut off the other option and be left with only one option. That is in fact how you make an actual decision. So there is definitely a decision getting made by you about this commitment. I saw the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, your major arcana card. That's you having the power here. You set the groundwork and the foundation of all this. You make the decision. And beside that decision, which again is swords, logical, rational, analytical, conscious thinking mind, We have that conflict again with the King of Cups, still having emotions and feelings for this person. Final card in your energy, Aries, is the Sun, Leo's major arcana. This is either the happiest card in the deck, or this is illumination, like something getting the light shined on it and exposing it so you can see it for what it is. Let's clarify the Sun. Why is the Sun here for Aries, please? Tell me more about the Sun. Why is that here for Aries? Well, you can't make that up. You cannot make that up. On the bottom of the deck, the Tower. This is when it all came crashing down. This is not representing happiness here. This is represent something getting the light shined on it, being illuminated, and you being able to see it for what it is, to see the truth of what was actually going on. And that brought the Tower down. Whether the Tower is the collapse and the ending of this relationship, or whether the Tower and all this betrayal and sneaking behind your back and trying to get away with it, maybe this is the belief system of what you thought this connection was, believing they were your divine masculine or your divine feminine. Maybe because you heard it in some bullshit tarot reading from a tarot reader that doesn't even know what divine means. But the fact is, this is distorted. This is not energy that's in alignment with what was intended when the energy was created. Anything that's not 100% in that alignment of what was intended by source or spirit or God is by definition distorted. And I think that's the truth of what came out here. That was a belief shattering for you, probably the connection shattering. But either way, once the belief shattered, the connection dies. Your attachment to it can't be the same anymore because you don't believe what you did. This is something falling away, and a new blessing is trying to fit into your life, and it doesn't have room to fit because this hasn't fallen away yet. It's dead. It's dead. It's collapsed. It's dead. It just hasn't fallen all the way away yet. Whether that's because you still talk to them, you're still in communication with them, you still have feelings for them. Maybe it's because you're still watching tarot readings and energetically putting energy into them and the connection with them by trying to find out what's going on. It could be any of that stuff, but for some reason, I don't know what it is for you, but for some reason, the connection's dead and you haven't let it fall away yet. It's time, though. There's the Wheel of Fortune. Divine timing. This is the Wheel of Fate. It's the Wheel of Destiny. It's a fated event. This is a change in the luck and fortune of this connection, a change in the belief about this connection for you. This is the wheel spinning the other way and it going to hell in a handbasket. This is the thing that changed it. This is also the universe turning the wheel in the background, making sure things line up for you the way they're supposed to, so that what's supposed to happen for you actually can happen. And that requires the Queen of Swords. This is the Libra major arcana card. This is the I don't take no bullshit queen. This is the off with your head queen. She knows what's going on around her. She sees the truth. This is she who knows the truth. She's also a very fair person, and she will let someone speak their truth. She'll let them tell their side of the story. We've already seen that with that Seven of Wands defending against accusations. This is her having a conversation with someone where they're denying it. No, I wasn't sneaking around behind your back. When the truth says otherwise. She'll let you speak your truth, but she already knows the truth. So the truth you speak to her, it's got to match the truth she knows, or she cuts your head off with that sword. This is the severing of a relationship here. And it's you that did the severing here. The Emperor, Aries major arcana card. You were calling the shots. You were laying down the law. You were dictating policy. You were the one setting boundaries here after you saw what you saw. Yeah, 2 cups. Now, this is Cancer energy of a love connection between two people. It is an emotional connection between the two of you. You are in an emotional connection with them. But it's a 2, and in tarot, 2s represent making a choice, making a decision. It can even represent not just a decision about the connection, which we see you trying to make. It can even represent a decision between more than one person to give my cup to. Man. Now, when I clarify the Sun, what got exposed? 5 of Swords, the Hanged Man, the 3 of Swords, and the Magician. So the 5 of Swords is Aquarius energy. 5s are conflict. This is a conflict in the truth. Seeing one thing and having them defend against it like, no, that didn't happen. This is a conflict in communications. Bitter words being spoken, an argument, a big fight, words getting used like weapons, tongues being used like swords to cut. This can be someone who has a winning at all cost mentality. Like, I'm going to get what I want. I don't care what happens to you. As long as I get what I want, that's top priority to me. Can even represent a betrayal, which we see here with the 10 swords in your back. Didn't see that coming. Them sneaking around behind your back, that's why you didn't see it coming, because they were hiding it, being deceptive and trying to get away with it. And it caused this mentally and psychologically painful situation or event to get seen. Again, back to your first column, there's the 6 of Swords. This is you moving away from this type of a thing. Leaving it behind and carrying the lessons you learned from this pain forward with you into your future. It's going to require you to take the leap of faith, though. You're going to have to take the leap of faith, because that's what they did. They took risks outside of the connection, and they caused this painful situation for you. They were either emotionally distant and detached from you, and that led to them walking down a new path toward their 9th and 10th cup, or at least what they thought was that. Or this painful situation getting uncovered is going to require you to take a leap of faith in terms of emotionally detaching and physically getting away from them, so that you can move forward. Next, to clarify the Sun, is the Hanged Man. This is Pisces major arcana energy. This is progress being halted. No forward movement is happening. Things are stuck and stagnant after this 5 of Swords came to light, after the betrayal came to light, the fight, the truth of it all came out. This halted all progress between the two of you. Remember back when we were looking at the Chariot, I said if the driver's in alignment, it's the fastest energy in the deck. This person ain't in alignment. We've already seen the devil. We've seen all the reasons why they're distorted and not divine. I also said if they're not in alignment, this is every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man. Here's the Hanged Man right here, stuck like Chuck, not moving. Now, another interesting thing, we saw them defending against the accusations, defending against the truth. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. This is a person who acts like the helpless victim. They play the blame game. It's sitting right next to the Hermit. This was your energy. You being forced inside yourself to do soul searching based on them taking risks outside of the connection, based on the betrayal of it all. You being forced inside yourself, looking through the shadows of you, trying to find out, what do I need to adjust about myself? What about me caused this to happen? What adjustments do I need to make so that I can move forward and not have this happen again? You don't see them looking inside themselves. In the Hanged Man, yeah, it's about how do I move forward from here, just like the Hermit, but the focus of the Hanged Man is directed on the things and the people and the circumstances outside of him. This is someone who looks externally for why is this stuck. Why is it your fault, Aries, that this is stuck? I did what I did, but it's your fault that I did it. Or it's so-and-so's fault. Or if they wouldn't have showed up looking all sexy, I wouldn't have did what I did. It's like, this is the blame game, the helpless victim, and it ain't never their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Again, does that sound like a divine masculine would do that? Hell no. Does it sound like a divine feminine would do that? Hell no. This person is not divine. And I think that's one of the things that caused the tower to collapse for you, is like coming to that realization that, yeah, maybe I could fix this, but should I? Do I really want to be in a distorted connection with a distorted person? That brings me the 3 of Swords, Libra energy of heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. Now, that third energy is not always a person. It's not always a romantic third party when it is a person. Sometimes it can be a third party romantic thing, sure. Feels like it probably is in this sense. This could also be nosy friends or family members or neighbors or like any other person that's not you, Aries, that's not them, that's sticking their nose where it doesn't belong and causing a problem. Feeling like a third party though, but this could be distance. It could be like anything we do enough of carries its own energy. My work carries an energy. So this could be career getting in the way, going to school getting in the way, kids getting in the way. It could be all kinds of different stuff, geographic distance and addiction. We've seen the devil. If you're going to ask the question, well, could that third energy be blank, and fill in the blank with whatever you want. If you're asking that question, definitely could be the third energy. What's laying right next to it is an Ace of Cups, a new cup of love. Ugh. And then very, very fast forward movement toward that. So it's entirely possible this is a third party, and that's what got exposed and came to light, and big fight about it. Things are not moving now. They're not accepting their role in it. They're blaming everything and everyone except themselves. Final card to clarify the Sun is the Magician. This is the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the tarot deck. It's someone who has all the tools, abilities, and resources to manifest or create from nothing whatever their will desires. At its core, this is about someone who is trying to shape the world around them through their will alone, like trying to change the world around them, creating the situation that they're finding themselves in through their will. This is feeling like your person here. This is feeling like what it's saying is what got exposed is that their thoughts and their actions caused this situation. It caused the third party. It caused the betrayal. It caused the 10 of Swords. It caused the 7 of Swords. It caused the severing. It caused all this to be hung up. There's the severing next to it again. Again, a decision. Their thoughts, their actions, their decisions. And still, I feel that there is still an element of you having emotions for them still, probably based strictly on what you at one point believed this connection was. I don't know what it is still that you're waiting for, except for that there could still just be that conflict inside of you between what your heart is saying, what your emotions and your feels are saying, versus what logic and reason and rational thinking and common sense and, the critical, analytical, conscious mind is saying. That is your energy in this connection for October 2022, Aries. And let's scoot this over and get us a little more room so we can take a look at your person's energy. In their energy, we have the 8 of Wands. There's Temperance again. And the 4 of Wands. So right off the bat, your person has all 3 of their cards are fire energy. This is a fire sign major arcana. This is Sagittarius. This is Aries energy. So you're showing up over here. This 8 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. It's the second fastest energy in the deck. The only thing faster than that is the Chariot, but then only when the person driving it's in alignment. This is rapid forward movement on something, rapid progress on something. It can represent rapid back and forth, passionate communication, like through the airwaves, phone calls, text messages, Facebook messages, things like that. This can also just represent a whole lot of energy external from your person coming at them all at one time. This would be an overwhelming amount of energy. This would be like taking a drink of water out of a fire hose. This could be your accusations coming at them. When this is passionate communication, you got like lovey-dovey passionate, but you also got screaming and yelling and throwing a fit kind of passion too. So we'll have to clarify this. Tell me more about this 8 of Wands for Aries person, please. Why is the 8 of Wands here for Aries person? I got one flip over on this. Okay, why is the 8 of Wands here? Let's get 2 more on that, please. You see how cards keep flipping over, but they're not coming out. They're just like showing themselves to me and going right back in the deck. That's like energetic stuttering. It's where your person has a bunch that they need to get off their chest and say, but they don't want to talk about it, and they keep holding it in. Usually what happens after something like that happens when I'm shuffling is like a whole bunch pukes out all at once afterwards. Why is this 8 of Wands here? Tell me more. Let's See what I'm saying? Now a whole bunch is puking out here. Got a bunch of them flip over in the deck. I had to go and open my big mouth. I was trying to get 3, and now I just got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clarifiers for this 8 of Wands. So we're talking about it can be overwhelming amount of energy, like too much to process, too much to take in all at once. Yeah, instead of getting 3 or 4 like I did for you, I just got 7. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. This is planning for the future for me. It can be news and messages and communicating about some practical, tangible opportunity in the physical 3D reality of the real world. It can also be planning for the future. Your person either communicating rapidly about planning for the future, possibly where they're wanting to blend the two of you back together and reconcile the situation. Again, the next card I'm going to clarify next is Temperance again. So it's out here twice, recombining the love that's been separated here. Planning for the future of that, but at the same time still being defensive. 7 of Wands, Leo energy. Being defensive, defending against accusations. Again, I said this could be accusations from you coming at them still, even when there's this communicating about a plan for the future that involves like waiting to reconcile. This could be them still being willing to fight for this connection too, wanting to try to balance it out. But again, this could be defending against accusations that they were giving to 2 because it got exposed and they think you're stupid and don't know. Yeah, 3 of Cups right behind it. Again, they're wanting to fight for it and balance it out and be reunited with you, but they're defending against accusations that they were giving to 2 and that they had brought a 3rd cup of love into the picture here. There's a lot coming at them, a lot to deal with. It's possible that you guys had plans for the future. I mean, you were clearly in a commitment with this person, and they threw the plans right out the damn window and went to fight for what it is that they wanted, which was rapid forward movement and progress on giving to 2 and bringing another cup in. It could be both of those things at the same time, honestly. But to clarify this 8 of Wands, I got the 9 of Pentacles, the Devil again, the 9 of Cups, you can't make this up, the 10 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. 9 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is a singles energy. This is about being single in the physical world, like physically single, not together. This is a step back from the 10 of Pentacles, which is combining lives together, building a life together, living together, or going in that direction. This is a step back from that. So this can represent a person who was not single. Clearly they weren't. The Hierophants here. There was a commitment. They were in a connection that was presented to you as if it was a powerful love connection, divine counterparts, when in reality it wasn't. This could be them putting off the physical presentation that they're single when they're not. Next we have the Devil. This is the Capricorn Major Arcana card. We've already seen this. This is the king of distorted energy. This is distorting energy in and of itself. Being with a person who is distorted and in this devil toxic energy will distort you as well. That's why on a standard Rider-Waite tarot deck like this one, the Lover's card has the same 2 people on it, and the Devil's card are the 2 people from the Lover's card. But in the Devil card, they've grown horns, they've grown tails, they've got chains around their necks, chained to the podium the Devil sits on. And that's a representation of that there's a difference between a divine connection and a distorted connection. And even if you are divine yourself, 100% in alignment with what the universe intended your energy to be, being with a distorted person will distort you too. This person, clearly distorted. This person has some shit in their shadow that controls them. They're not in control of it. It controls them. And that creates scenarios that cause betrayals and them sneaking behind your back and third parties and all the problems we've already seen on your side of the table here. Next we have the 9 of Cups, which is Pisces energy. If this 9 of Pentacles is being physically single, this is the emotional equivalent of that. These are the 2 singles energies in the deck. Physically single, emotionally single. In the center of all of that is the devil. That tells me your person took very fast action, probably gets overwhelmed with the urges that they have that they can't control. Those urges are controlling them, and those urges cause them to present themselves in the physical world as being single when they're not, and to act as if they are single when they're not, emotionally. This is someone too who can be very smug and very self-centered and be much more concerned with their own personal wish fulfillment, their own personal happiness, than the happiness of you or anyone else that they're with. Next, I have the Ten of Swords. This is Gemini energy. That's the overall energy of the reading. A swift, painful ending, an ending you didn't see coming, hence the swords in your back. An ending in betrayal, hence the swords in your back. Next, we got the Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. This is a card of balance, but it's more about trying to maintain their balance or get their balance back once their balance has been thrown off. It's possible that they didn't intend to get caught here, but they did, and they didn't see the ending coming either. You didn't see what they were doing as something that was going to happen, so it caught you off guard, but then when you abruptly end it, it caught them off guard. This is them being off balance and trying to maintain their balance or get it back. This is also an energy of like being 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like weighing options, like do I or don't I, should I or shouldn't I, should I present myself as single or not, will they end it if I get caught or not? This can't even be an energy of juggling two people. Next, I have the Seven of Cups, which is Scorpio energy of options and choices, but confusion about those options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here, a lot of emotions involved here. This person not wanting to make a mistake, but it also represents clouded judgment, whether that's through drugs and alcohol. We do have the devil right here in the same column. That could be an addiction. This person could have their judgment clouded by drugs and alcohol. Their judgment could just be clouded by the toxic stuff that's below the surface running the show for them. Definitely acting single physically and emotionally and playing the options that they have. Final card to clarify that Eight of Wands is the Queen of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. This would be like 1/2 of the equation, 1/2 of the two people that work together as equals to build the Ten of Pentacles. We haven't seen the Ten of Pentacles. We also haven't seen the other half of the equation, the King of Pentacles. We've seen this 9, like presenting myself physically as if I were single. But we don't have the counterpart for her. We don't have the king showing up. So this tells me that there's definitely separation between you. We don't even have the Three of Pentacles out here, which would be the teamwork and collaboration of queen and king working together as equals to build that Ten of Pentacles. I don't have any of that. Just you. Got them showing up as being single when they're not. Got you being here all by yourself while they're out gallivanting around, sneaking around behind your back, doing whatever the hell they want. And you're just one of the options. That's all. Central to your person's energy, Aries, is Temperance, the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. We saw that here in the shared energy. It's also central to the shared energy. This is a card of patience, hence the waiting, and the first clarifier for that being more waiting and more patience. So this is patience. This is also reconciliation energy of trying to blend the love that's been separated into two cups back together and recombine it and reconcile the situation. Tell me about Temperance, please. Why is Temperance here for Aries person? Death just flipped over and showed itself to me, but went right back in the deck and didn't come out. So here we are again with your person energetically stuttering, like something wants to come out, but then they pull it back and won't let it come out. And now we're going to get a whole bunch all at once. Sweet, just 2. Thank goodness. Quite frankly, this person's energy is exhausting, and I don't want to keep in it any longer than I absolutely have to get you the truth here. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. Again, communicating about some practical, tangible opportunity here for reconciliation or planning for a future of being back together here. That's what's going on with your person, central to their energy. Yeah, more reconciliation energy. 3 of Cups, Cancer energy of being reunited and celebrating. That's their plan. That's their plan. 6 of Pentacles, balancing it back out. That's what they're trying to do here. Now again though, in the planning for the future, there are still 3 cups of love present. There is still this concept where it could be this person giving to 2 in the plan for the future. The Empress, the birth of something new. Now this could represent them wanting to get back together with you, balance it all back out, rebirth this connection with you, fix it all, make it all peaches and cream and hunky-dory. This could just as easily represent in the plan for the future, I'm going to have my 3rd cup. I'm going to give to you and somebody else. I am going to birth something new. And I'm going to defend my position on that and lie to you about it and defend against your accusations and do everything I can to protect what it is that I want, which is to have more than 1 cup at all times, to give to more than 1 person at all times, and to birth something new anytime I damn well please. Does that sound like a divine masculine to you? Does that sound like a divine feminine to you? No. You can't be in a divine connection with a distorted ass person like this, because they're not divine. They're distorted. Any connection they're a part of will be distorted just by virtue of the fact that they're in it. They're not in control. Something is in control of them, and this thing will permeate not only the relationship, it will infect you and start to distort you or anyone else that they get with until the inner work has been done to fix this. I see the inner work over here, central, smack dab in the center of your energy, Aries. What showed up for them is there's no need to even look at myself. It's not me, it's you. It's that person, it's this thing, it's my job, it's the circumstance I was raised in, it's the way my daddy treated me when I was little. It's anything but them. They see no need to even look at themselves, let alone address anything, because it's not them. It's not them. They're adamant about it, and they will defend the shit out of that position about it. When I clarify temperance, this idea of recombining your guys' separated cups of love back together. Knight of Cups, the Sun, and the Page of Swords. This Knight of Cups is an action taker. Knights are action takers. Cups are love and emotions. This is actions toward love and emotions. Moving forward with a romantic offer, a love offer. Romantic gestures. Asking you out on a date. Trying to reconcile the situation, trying to move forward in a love connection with you, advance a love connection with you, because they're single. And I don't think they like being single. Next we have the Sun. This can either be the happiest card in the deck, or it can be the light getting shined on something and exposing the fact that they are distorted, they're toxic. This is not a divine masculine, it's not a divine feminine. The light shined on that repeatedly in this reading. But this is them presenting this whole idea of, let's move forward together. We can reconcile, we can fix this situation. We are happy. Our relationship is a source of happiness. You're a source of happiness to me. You're the sunshine that lights up my life. Just trying to schmooze it over and pretend to be this powerful connection with you. Trying to fill the shoes and act as if when they're not. Final card to clarify temperance is the Page of Swords. This is a page. It's the least mature of the court cards. Page, knight, queen, king. This ain't the king. This ain't the queen. This ain't even the damn knight. This is the lowly page. This is immature, not fully developed energy. When this person speaks the truth, it's not the real truth. What this person is doing is trying to figure out what to say, what to communicate, what messages to give you, how to present this whole thing, trying to figure out how to make this look like the happiness they need it to look like, so that this cup of love can move forward and they can blend their life back together with you. But it's sitting right next to this Nine of Cups. This is a self-centered person. This is someone who's concerned with figuring out how to get what they personally want. Don't care that they betrayed you. Don't care that this was a painful situation for you. They don't care. All they care about is, ooh, I've lost my balance and I want my balance back. And my balance coming back to me requires you have to believe my story. So I'm going to show you whatever it is I have to show you to get you to believe again, to get you to accept me back again, so that we can blend this together and I can get what I want in my plan for the future can go on, and I can get my other cup back without you knowing, and I can give to somebody else without you knowing, and I can birth new connections without you knowing, and I'm just going to defend that and lie about it the whole time. Four of Wands is their final card. Aries energy. Stability of their home life, stability of their family life, stability of the connection with you. These four wands represent 1111, which again is the number of manifesting. A celebration of the thing that you're waiting on and have this positive belief is going to show up. The celebration of it actually getting birthed into reality and being here. They're actively manifesting something with you. Tell me more about this Four of Wands for Aries person, please. Why is the Four of Wands here? Okay, come here. Make sure nothing else flipped. On the bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. Wow. Again, this is Libra energy. This is the I don't take no bullshit queen. She knows what the truth is. She's fair. She'll offer to let a person tell their side of the story, which I've seen repeatedly in them denying it and being defensive about it and defending against the accusations of the actual truth that was exposed more than once. If you don't, when you speak the truth to her, if your truth you speak doesn't match the truth she knows to be a fact, she is going to cut your head off with that sword. The Tower collapses. This is this person thinking they're going to manifest restabilizing this connection with you. That's what they think they're doing, but they're running into a whole different thing here. You already stepped into the Emperor energy twice and set the boundaries and laid the law down. This is you severing it. This is the collapse of that stability that they're looking for, that temperance, the recombining of you guys together. This is the collapse of it all. And this is them holding on to it. Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, holding on to it tightly and not wanting to let go of it. Eight of Swords and being stuck in their head, thinking about it over and over again and not being sure what the safe step to take is here, and being stuck and trapped and blocked because they don't know what to do. This is a self-imposed mental prison of a person's own thoughts. Like I saw that with this Magician over here. Their thoughts and their actions created this whole situation. And this is them being a prisoner of the situation they've created and those types of thoughts that created it. Death. That's what led to the ending of this. Again, this is something dying. A new blessing is trying to come in for you, Aries, and it doesn't have room to fit as long as this person is still energetically attached to you. This is saying this connection with them is dead. You just need to let it fall away so the new blessing has room to fit. Yeah, you got a new relationship trying to come in. It's going to be a real emotional connection. The Two of Cups is Cancer energy. I breathe you in, you breathe me in, we're connected. But it is a two. There is a decision tied to this about this connection. You have to choose to accept that it's dead. You have to choose to let it fall away so that the new connection can come in. Your person is trying to get in the way of that. They don't want that to happen, because to clarify, that Four of Wands is the King of Wands, the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, and Justice. Yeah, they're going to do that to you. The King of Wands is Leo or Sagittarius energy. This is someone who knows exactly what they want, and they go after what they want with bold, passionate, fiery determination. The King of Wands doesn't take no for an answer. He doesn't let obstacles stop him or roadblocks make him quit. This is the I'm going to find a way to get what I want, or I'm going to make a way to get what I want kind of a dude right here. It's also the pinnacle of the wand suit. I'm going to skip ahead for a second because we do have the Ace of Wands in this column of cards. This is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. It represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex, things of that nature, passion and desire. The pinnacle of that suit is not just someone who's driven and motivated to get what they want. It's someone who's driven and motivated by the wand and that sexual desire and passion that they have. Right next to that is this Knight of Cups. What they really want is to move this love offer forward, but at the same time still represent themselves as being physically single. This person is so distorted, it's unreal. Next, we have the High Priestess. This is she who knows. We've seen the Queen of Swords. That's she who knows the truth. This is she who knows, period. She knows everything. She sees everything because she sits in front of the veil of consciousness. She's got access to all the information you and I as humans don't have access to. She knows everything. She doesn't always tell us everything, though. Sometimes there's stuff she doesn't tell us until it's time for us to know, at which point she clues you in through your intuition, through gut feelings, signs, synchronicities, dreams with messages in them, visions, things like that. This is your intuition. She represents the unconscious mind. And see, I think deep down, you already know that what you saw, you already knew about what got exposed before it got exposed. This is that energy where you know something, but there's no way you could know it because you haven't seen it. You haven't got the facts to support it. You don't know anything factually. You just know like you know anyway, with no way of knowing. That's what the High Priestess represents. And then it came out. Now, this can, because it's showing up in your person's energy, this is the divine feminine of the tarot deck. She's the first female character, the first feminine energy in the deck. She is the source of all the water in the entire tarot deck. So she's the source of all love and emotions. She's the source of all intuition. Card 2 of the Major Arcana. Card 1 is over here on your side of the table, the Magician, the divine masculine of the tarot deck. These two are legitimately divine counterparts. These energies are. Not saying your person and you are divine counterparts. These energies are divine counterparts. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Same energy that's represented on the Lover's card. Again, this isn't saying you two are supposed to be together. That's not what this is. This is, at some point, you viewed them as the divine other part of yourself. Whether you're masculine or feminine, you viewed them as the other piece, and whether they're masculine or feminine, they viewed you as the other piece, or at least that's what they want you to believe, that you are the other piece of that. Remember, they betrayed you, they lie, they sneak around behind your back, they're deceptive, they try to get away with things that are not necessarily the truth, and they wall themselves off from the truth, or wall you off from the truth, not let you see the truth. This could be that your person is pretending that they have this deep, powerful connection with you, trying to hold up the facade that, yes, we're supposed to be together, baby, just so they can blend it back together and not be waiting anymore to get what they want. They want it. They want it now. They don't want to wait on it because they're driven by their wand. This is the spark of a new connection, like a passionate new beginning and passion and desire. This could even represent re-sparking the connection between the two of you, re-sparking the passion in this connection. See, when I follow these across in rows, I've got that High Priestess and the Sun. Like you already knew before it got exposed that this person is distorted. They're not a divine masculine or a divine feminine. You knew already. You knew something fishy was going on. Something toxic was going on. You saw the red flags. I think the red flags were related to the wand, the passion, the desire, them being a slave to the wand instead of common sense or emotions. Like they didn't do the right thing here. When I have all these cards together in a person's energy, this is someone who has an addiction to passion and desire and sexual energy or someone who is controlled by their wand and they're not in control of that. You know, like that thing they'll say about guys, like, you're thinking with the wrong head. This is the person that doesn't even use the head on his shoulders. He only thinks with the wrong head if it's a guy. And if it's a girl, it's someone who can't keep their legs together. And that's what brings us to this Justice card. This is the Libra Major Arcana card. This is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's doing the right thing, the fair thing, the just thing. The sword in the center of this card is this Ace of Swords here. It's the same sword that the Queen of Swords carries. In this card, it's used to cut away something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. Just the fact that it's here tells me this person did something unfair and unjust. It tells me that they're unbalanced, which we already know from having seen the Devil once before it even came out on the table, and now right here in the first column of their cards. They had options. They were juggling. They betrayed you. They acted single when they weren't. All this got exposed. They lied, snuck around behind your back. This is the unfair stuff they did, and the balance that's being paid now. Like, the karma for that. Like, they're paying their dues here now for this, because you're not accepting their crap. You're cutting this off, and the tower is collapsed. This is final. This is dead and over with.